this week's video. It's been a long time since we've done anything. We just don't seem to have time to do anything at the moment. But this week, I really want to talk about Nano Banana 2, which is in Google's Gemini, and how you can use it for education to make images for use in the classroom. So let's get into it.
I need more energy.
So here we have the website. If you go to Gemini, look for Google, sign in with the Google account. I'm just using my normal Google account to basically get into it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just ask it some questions to kind of prompt us, but you'll see how good the Nano Banana 2 is in terms of what we want to create. So let's just click in here, and basically I'm just going to say, give me a list of, say, 10 things that I could create for education using Nano Banana 2. So I can make like infographics, stuff like that. Just give me 10 things I could create. So I'm just dictating that to it. Hit enter, because I'm just trying to do it nice and quick and easy. And we'll see what it comes up. But it's all in real time, so you can see how quick it works. So again, isometric science diagrams, historical timelines, step-by-step process infographics, languages, posters, spot the area of visuals, character consistent storyboards, comparison versus infographics, mathematical concepts. So let's just say we want to take mathematical concepts visuals. Let's just use that for the moment. We want to create something. So I'm going to tell it to do this. Create me an image for Pythagoras Theorem with all the information I need for a student to create like an infographic. Create me that image for me so I can use it and send it to students for revision. So again, I'm just going to tell it what it needs to do really, really quickly. So for Pythagoras Theorem, for all the information, with all the information I need for students, create an infographic for me so I can use it and send it to students for revision. And I'm just going to hit enter. Again, I'm dictating this to it, so it's just quicker than typing it. And again, that's a whole other system I use, Whisper Flow, to dictate everything to the computer, because then it will kind of structure it for me. It speeds up my workflow and makes it very, very quick. As you can see, this is all in real time, so you can see how quickly I'm generating this. And it'll take a few seconds, but it's very, very fast, and it's free. There is a limitation on how many it'll do in the day, so you kind of get to a limit eventually. But if we just click on this and just see, so Pythagoras of a squared plus b squared is, so legs, right angle triangle, b, longest side, 90 degrees, a squared, b squared, c squared, what it means, area of explanation. So again, I need to go through and check this in detail, but we've got the kind of common Pythagorean triples, as you can see here, 3, 4, and 5. And then we've got some examples here. I need to go through and check them, but on the whole, I'm not sure if I like the idea of calling it legs. Some people may do. That's not what we do. But you certainly got the shorter side, and the other shorter side equals then the hypotenuse on the longest side. But again, not bad for just a few seconds, and we wanted to generate that. So let's just go back now. So I want to create like some classroom rules. So let's just say, give me a list of the top 10 classroom rules that I want to produce eventually as a poster, but I want you to list me the 10 rules to see if I'm happy with them, please. So we'll ask it that. Again, it's just going to generate that for me. Hit enter, all in real time. So we're doing this really, really quickly. So creating a positive. So arrive ready to learn, respect the speaker, use kind words, and your learning, respect our space, mistakes are welcome, listen and understand, follow instructions promptly, support your peers, bring your best self. So again, happy with all of those. And again, I could edit them, I could tell them I want something different, but what we want to do is just generate this. It's just to show you what you can do. Obviously, the more detail you put into it, the better. Take the list that you've given me, and I want to create an infographic image for students that I can post up in the classroom. Let's call it Mr. Sperling's Classroom Rules. And then make it so it's colourful, bright. Let's use the colours of, I don't know, let's say green and yellow and black, and put those into the poster for me. So then it's got a nice image that demonstrates the rules to the students in the classroom. So again, just dictated that to it, pops up with it. It's got my name in there correctly. Check it just very quickly. Yep, pretty much happy with that. Hit enter, and again, we'll see how quickly it can generate this. So all in real time, no delay. It's really quick. We will hit a limit eventually. Unfortunately, I have a number of different accounts. I've got a work account. I've got my own personal account. So if I do need to jump through, if I'm doing something during the day, want to create something quite quickly, I can do that. And we can also use it for lots of other things, which we'll come back to in a second. We'll go back up the top and have a look at some other ideas of things that we can create. In fact, we can do that whilst we're just waiting. So language posters. So medical illustrations, geography, biomap, styles. Okay, so we'll look at that in a second. Maybe ask if some help with some geography things. So let's click on this. Let's display classroom rules. Again, the only thing is the language is pretty good, but I want to go through and check all this and look for typos, errors, and you can tell it to correct if you want. It's pretty good at getting it right. The only downside is you get the watermark in the bottom right, where you get the little icon. But again, not really a game changer. Most people know that people are using AI now. It's just to speed things up. But you get the idea. So let's do that one. Let's just come up with some other ideas. I teach maths often, so I want a list of key shapes that I would use for GCSE Maths and the names of those shapes on a image for me that I can again put up in the classroom. Just produce for me 3 key images, maybe something like a cube, a triangular based pyramid, and a sphere. Just put those on a kind of nice infographic for me. And again, generated it for me using the Whisper Flow. One of the benefits of the Whisper Flow as well, it's another AI tool. It's not free, you can pay for it. I use it because I use it for dictating a lot, and it also then once you dictate it, it'll correct things for you. Sometimes you do need to correct it because it won't exactly take down what you want, but it will also kind of produce what you've dictated to it in terms of it'll check spelling, punctuation and grammar for you. You still need to check it, but it just speeds things up in terms of dictating things to a computer. So let's have a quick look at this as we zoom in on it. So key 3D shapes for GCSE Maths. We've got our cube, 6 faces, vertices, edges. Don't know what's added a compass for us there, but it's nice. And it's got the net there as well, which is even better. We've got the volume, surface area. Probably would want to explain that a little bit more. Not sure about this middle image here. We might want to change that and change some of these other things, but in general we've got that. So again, we could reprompt it and just say I just want the images only with the faces, vertices and edges. But again, still pretty good. We could revise this, change it, but for something that is free basically to use and to create kind of classroom displays, you can do it quite quick rather than paying for stuff, which is incredibly useful. And again, we can change the style of it as well, so you can direct it as to how you want it. So redo this for me, just focusing on the images with the names of the images and the faces, vertices and edges only. I don't need any of the formulas, and I certainly don't need any of the nets of the shapes. And could you do it in a kind of cardboard graphic style for me as well, please? So again, we're telling it what style we want. We'll hit enter again and see what it comes up with. Could have checked that. I'm not going to, because more often than not it's pretty good, but you might want to check it just before you generate it. And like I say, there is a limit on how many it will do in a day. So I'll probably hit my limit soon-ish if we keep generating, but we'll see. We'll keep going for as long as we can so you get an idea. I've only generated 2 other images today when I was working on something else. But it'll give you a flavour as to what you can do and how you can use it for free to generate images for school. And again, all in real time, so I'm not pausing the video, you can see. And there we go, is our cardboard image. Again, it just gives us something quite interesting, different. So properties, it's still put the formulas on there, but again, we could cut these off if we crop it. Key properties, edges, vertices, faces, one continuous curve surface, perfect. Vertices, edges, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Triangular based, so not quite a triangle, more like a square based pyramid. So again, you'd need to check it, make sure it's accurate, but in terms of everything else, it's pretty good. We could just crop this, you see, and use this one. We don't need the properties, but again, you have to tweak it a little bit. Maybe if you give it more direction, it would be better. Okay, give me a list of key dates in history or periods in history that I might want to use to create another graphic. So again, we're going to just get it to help us. We'll pick one of these. So there we go. Let's just pick Battle of Hastings or Black Death. Let's go with the Black Death. I want to use Black Death from 1347 to 1351 to create a high impact infographic. Could you give me some information that I could put into that first of all, so then I can get you to create the image for me? Again, just dictating it to it. Hit enter. It's generating something else there. That's quite interesting. So again, it will give you lots of other stuff. But just that ability to generate those images really quickly for in the classroom. So here we go. And again, you can get it to kind of help you. So if I said, give me an idea of the type of graphic that would be appropriate for this timeline in history. So we're going to ask it. I mean, if I was a history expert, I'd probably know, but I don't. So I'm just getting it to help me to give you an idea, because like I said, I'm PE and maths. Certainly not a history buff. I wish I was. I do like history. So let's go. cause and effect graphic, dark comet. Let's go with dark comet. So, and again with this one, I can just copy this as a Control C, bring it down here. I mean, I could just dictate it, but I'm going to copy and paste it again in real time so we can see how it works. And you can see it whirling. Again, I really want to emphasize how quick this is. The new Nano Banana 2 is phenomenally quick, very useful, very powerful. It's really good at putting language onto pictures and creating those. You just need to be really explicit about what you're using and why you're using it so that it then gets it right. And you can tell it to correct it. Unlike ChatGPT, which I'm a big fan of, Nano Banana is much more accurate at the corrections and getting it right, particularly this new version. Like I say, it's not bad for something that is free and better than ChatGPT. So here we go. Here's our image. I mean, that's just fantastic. Look at that. I have no idea it's correct. So you do need to be an expert still. With all AI stuff, it's phenomenal in terms of how good it is, but you do need to know what you're talking about. But in terms of that image, I don't know. I just think that would be really, really fantastic within the classroom. I don't want to check all of these things and details on it, whether they're actually kind of real words and things that would actually be appropriate to the curriculum. But as a image created for lessons, that is phenomenal and incredibly powerful. So that's just a very quick video to explain what's going on with Gemini at the moment. Like I say, you can come out of here. We've just created some of those images. I tell you what, let's do this one as well, just with vector map data visualization. So just to give you another idea of what it will produce. I could sit here all day long doing these. I think they're really quite interesting, quite powerful, and really do kind of help within the kind of to kind of get things over to students in lessons with visual imagery, particularly as we know students are more engaged with visual aspects of learning now because they're so used to lots of different forms of media. But the ability to create those resources that we've just not had before, you have to go and search the internet, find somebody else who's done it. Now you can just create whatever image you need for your classroom, which is just so powerful. But also the fact it's so quick, it's free, it's easy to create those displays as well. Certainly, you can link this up with, if you look at my other videos on the Notebook LM. So again, that's gone with the same style. I didn't ask it to, but again, just like incredibly powerful in terms of what it was created. Again, I want to check the accuracy of all this information, but you could tell it all this information. If you combine this with something like Notebook LM from Google and you use that with your specification for the subject, then what you can do is pick out key parts of that subject, create the mind maps from that, and then transfer this into Nano Banana and say, use this information. The benefit of Notebook LM is that it does not create any hallucinations, which you'll get from other AI tools. Notebook LM just pulls it from that PDF document and puts it into the format that you want. You save it as a source, extract it, bring it across, but it will also create slide decks for you, which is incredibly powerful as well. So do go and watch that video. I'll put a link up in the top somewhere, so you can access that in terms of look at those videos as well, just to see how you can draw that information from a specification and then bring it over into Nano Banana to use it to help you to create those images for your lessons and create things like revision guides or knowledge organizers. So hopefully that's been useful. Do use it. It's a great tool, and more importantly, it's free. Until next time, take care. Thanks very much. Bye.
I need more energy.